Well, folks, this is it. Welcome to my final Bloomburrow draft. Today we are sitting at rank number 506 after the debacle that was the previous draft, seeing us go... We just did poorly. All right, we did poorly with what I thought was a pretty reasonable deck. We had two of the best rares in the entire set, but of course, it still didn't pan out. All in all, how much did I like Bloomburrow? It was all right. It felt like it was on rails for many of the archetypes that you drafted outside of the builder's talent stuff that you could do. But aside from that, I didn't really mind the gameplay too much. Let's hope to end things out here with a trophy in the very last draft. And before I head into this draft, I did want to say, this video is brought to you by tcgplayer.com. Go to tcgplayer.com for all your TCG singles and sealed product needs. Make sure you click that affiliate link in the description below before you do any shopping. Additionally, check out heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order on all things Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories, premium deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, and more. Make sure you check them out. Okay, ready up? Let's do this. Last draft. What do we got? A Fabled Passage. That won't do. That will not do at all. All right, best card in the pack here, probably the Intrepid Rabbit here. I do think it is definitely better than all of these other uncommons. The Swordmaster, maybe there's a world where this could be better than the Rabbit in red-white. The Starscape Cleric could be better in black-white, but I don't even think that's necessarily the case, and the Rabbit is a good one. Paw Patch Formation, Scales of Shale, a bunch of okay cards, but nothing on the power level of the Rabbit. Maybe we'll just make this a nice 40-minute 7-0 beatdown extravaganza. We'll see. Who's excited for Duskmourn? It's a big shift in tone. I'm pretty excited about it though. I'm happy to change things up here. Here we have, wow, this is a pretty weak pack. Pawn Prophet is good, but doesn't really go well with a first pick Intrepid Rabbit. There's a Brambleguard Captain, which is promising, and also Season of the Bold, which is also pretty interesting. I wonder what's better specifically in red-white. You know, this is, of all the seasons, I think this is probably the worst one by a pretty good margin. I'm interested in just beating people down. I don't want to take a blue card after first picking a white card. This pack is generally pretty weak. There's a Season of the Bold and a Pawn Prophet, but hey, red-white. The last time we drafted red-white, it won us some money. So maybe we can try it again here. There is a Take Out the Trash, which I believe is the best red card. There's no white card here. There's a Seasoned Warren Guard, which is better if you're green-white, I want to say, as you have more ways to make tokens. Head of the Homestead is okay, but I think the two best cards in this pack are Take Out the Trash and Overprotect. Overprotect is a better card than Take Out the Trash. There's also a Longstock Brawl, so several green cards. Green tends to be a little bit overdrafted, and I don't see a problem in just taking Take Out the Trash after taking the Brambleguard Captain. Noting that Overprotect is better, but just it puts us into a third color that we don't necessarily need to go with, given our start. Okay, well, that's a Harvest Right Host, though. Well, that certainly changes things. I mean, mice and rabbits, they're basically the same thing, right? Look at how similar they look. Rabbits are just big mice. But Harvest Right Host, obviously great with the Intrepid Rabbit that we already have. There's a Nettle Guard and an Elania's Pathbreaker, both of which I think are worse. The nice thing about this is it also just turns on Valiant whenever you just play rabbits on all your Valiant mice. Downwind Ambusher is also quite a good card. And the other quote-unquote best card in this pack, these are by far the two best cards in the pack. Certainly if we wanted to go red-black lizards, I could consider taking the Downwind Ambusher or even the Scales of Shale, but let's take the Harvest Right Host, given that we see this fourth pick. This is a card that people typically really like to take highly, so seeing it fourth pick I think is a pretty decent sign that this is where we might want to be. And moving on here into pick number 5, we have the choice between Banishing Light, Elania's Pathmaker. There's a Baker's Bane duo as well, but I don't think that's what I want to take. I think it's just Banishing Light to just continue kind of try our best to cut off the red and white cards. The Alania's Pathmaker is pretty replaceable. The Cindering Cutthroat is also kind of replaceable. So let's just take another interactive spell here for our deck. And, you know, maybe there's even a world where we end up back into green-white rabbits. Something along those lines. Wow, that's a late Thoughtstalker Warlock. That is a criminally late Thoughtstalker Warlock. And a Scales of Shale. It feels like it's weird. It feels like black-white might not be open, but the lizard cards are. I just feel like Warlock is such a better card than the Raccoon Rallier that I'm just going to take it and see what happens. This card is ridiculous. Don't pass the 6th pick. There is no world. There is zero world where Thoughtstalker Warlock should be 6th pick. All right, we're going to take a Crumb and Get It here, though. Might get back on the rails here. Could be black-white, but certainly the best card in this pack. That notably, there's a late Pond Prophet. There's also a Steam Path Charger, which is okay, but Crumb and Get It, I find, is pretty premium as a combat trick, so happy enough to get that. And our white cards are looking fairly solid. Even if we're fighting some people for the white cards, I like what we have so far. The tough thing about figuring out whether or not red is open is just the fact that the only good red common is Take Out the Trash. So a lot of it just comes down to what uncommons you see. But red does feel like it might be drying up, and that's a late Moonrise Cleric. And given that we have the Thoughtstalker Warlock here, and there's no other red or white cards that I want, let's just take the Moonrise Cleric here. Man, I have not been doing that well with black-white, but I'm just going to take the Moonrise Cleric because we saw it here pretty late. Now there's a Flowerfoot Swordmaster really late, along with the Scales of Shale and a Sticky Tongue Sentinel. Is this Amateur Hour? Like, what are these cards doing in this pack still? I mean, I'm going to take the Flowerfoot Swordmaster just because it's a solid white card no matter what. Because I don't know that I'm going to be black-white or red-white. If I end up in red-white, the Swordmaster is certainly a lot better. So let's go ahead and take that. Nobody is in blue-green apparently either because there's a Pawn Prophet in this pack. There's a Pileated Provisioner, which could be an okay top-end card, along with a Thornplate Intimidator. I don't really like the provision. I'm just going to take the Thornplate Intimidator in case we end up in black-white. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what this draft is. It just feels like all the good players have stopped playing or something. There's just too many. The problem is, the reason why I'm saying this, the problem is there's too many playables in these packs. Like, a lot of these cards should already be missing. So I just don't know I don't even know where I'm supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like, I have 6 playable white cards, 4 playable black cards, and 3 playable red cards. This is kind of wild. All right. I mean, I feel like we should probably just be black-white. I know that's Swordmaster tabled, but we'll see how things go. That's another Thoughtstalker Warlock versus a Whiskervale Forerunner. Like I said, I feel like Thoughtstalker Warlock is absolutely premium, so I think I'm going to take it here. Whiskervale Forerunner is also quite nice, though. But if I end up in black-white, I do think Thoughtstalker Warlock is actually just better. So let's take the Warlock. And now I'm regretting everything. There's a Blacksmith's Talent. Oh no. I mean, how good is Whiskervale Forerunner actually? Anyways, I'm going to take this Blacksmith's Talent. The problem is there's no... If there was a decent white card or black card, I would just take it, but there's none. So I'll just take Blacksmith's Talent just because I'm not missing out on too much by doing so. Seedpod Squire, I don't care if I have it in my deck or not. Here I will take Intrepid Rabbit. There's a Moonrise Cleric and a Blacksmith's Talent in this pack as well. But certainly with the Harvest Right Host, I'm a little more interested in playing the Intrepid Rabbit here. Not seeing as much of the black in this pack. There's a Coruscation Mage, which I have, 2 spells for? 3 spells? 4 spells? I mean, this is also just a card that lets you kind of go wide. Again, no black cards, no real white card I want. There's a Rabbit Response, but I think I'd rather just take the Coruscation Mage because it acts as a 2 that can even be a 4 if I want to go wide. Again, no black or white card. I'll just take a Sonar Strike. I like it more than the Blooming Blast. I don't really like Bravekin Duo very much. And I'm kind of lacking in interaction. All right, the red also seems to be drying up now. So we're kind of like white and trying to figure out between red and black. Let's take a Pathmaker, I guess. Now we have a Star Charter for the black-white deck, but this deck actually doesn't really gain life very well. I'm still gonna take it, I think. But it doesn't look like it's insane in this deck. All right, another Sonar Strike is good, especially if we do end up in black-white. I love Sonar Strike is an absolute beating in black-white, and we're getting all of them. All right. It's not quite the most bat-filled black-white deck, I will say, but still looks okay. I just need to fill out my 2s. Yeah, like I know I missed out on like a Thornplate Intimidator or whatever, but hey, we took that Thoughtstalker Warlock. Black's certainly getting cut off in this pack, but I don't imagine it's going to get cut off in the final pack, so. And this is still 16 cards. I'm fine playing most of these cards already. The Star Charter is a little bit questionable, but it's still fine because the nice thing about Sonar Strike is I can still take the damage and cast it on a tapped creature on my turn with Star Charter in play. And if I do that, I can still get the trigger off the Star Charter. Here, I'm just gonna take gems. I'm not playing the Share Pot here. There's a Dire Sight here, which I also would rather not play. 2 drops. That's the name of the game here. I mean, Sonar Strike kind of counts, but I want to be proactive if possible. That's a 2-drop. That's the 2-drop of 2 drops, if you will. There's a Harvest Right Host and a Life Creed Duo. I'm hoping the Life Creed Duo tables, because the host is not going to table. But the Life Creed Duo tabling would be nice, but we are slamming the Valley Quest Caller there. Just works with everything. Actually works with everything. Oh, it doesn't work with lizards. Okay, it doesn't work with Thoughtstalker Warlock. But anything that is allied with white, I guess. Here we have Emberheart Challenger. Man. Anyways, there's a perfectly fine Nocturnal Hunger here for us, so I'm going to just go ahead and take that. And so our interaction's looking quite nice here with triple Sonar Strike, Banishing Light, and a Nocturnal Hunger. Now there's a Caretaker's Talent. Can I use this in some way? I have, whenever one or more tokens, okay. I have Flowerfoot Swordmaster and 2 Intrepid Rabbits. That's it. It's either that or Life Creed Duo, I think. I need a 2-drop. I know Caretaker's Talent's good, but I don't have that many tokens in my deck. So for that reason, wow, that's a 4th pick Fecund Green Shell. What? Anyways, I am going to make a slightly disciplined pick there and take the Life Creed Duo there. It works nicely with the double Thoughtstalker Warlock that I have, having an evasive creature on turn 2, and then it of course also works well with the Star Charter. I think Nettleguard though is a fair amount worse, and I really like Driftgloom Coyote, so I will take the Coyote here over the Nettleguard. Wow, that's a 4th pick Green Shell. What is this draft? This draft, it's a wild draft. That's what this draft is. Okay, now we have the choice between Shrikeforce, Star Charter, and Banishing Light. Do I want another removal spell? Yeah, I'm just going to take Banishing Light. Like, Star Charter is interesting and all, but my deck isn't all in on gaining a bunch of life. So I'm just going to take another interactive spell. Here I'll take Patchwork Banner. This card's fantastic. I guess it's less good in my deck. I guess it's probably less good in my deck, but still should be okay. Don't need another removal spell. I guess I'll take a Starlit Soothsayer. Life Creed Duo did table, yes! I wonder if I should be playing the... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that Star Charter pick versus the Banishing Light, but... Now that I have the second Life Creed Duo, I kind of wish I had it. And then now the Caretaker's Talent looks like it would have been a little bit better too, but oh well. All right, there's a Runaway Together. I actually have to make some cuts from this deck, so that's not something that I thought I was going to have to do here. Given the fact that we were waffling between a bunch of different colors. Okay, so this is what we have. Intrepid Rabbit kind of counts as a 4-mana card. We do have lots of spells, so we probably should cut one of them. Can probably cut Scales of Shale with Double Crumb and get it. Can probably cut like one of these expensive creatures. I don't want to cut any of my 2-mana creatures. Head of the Homestead is nice with the Harvest Right Host. I guess it's just Thornplate Intimidator. Maybe it's just both. We'll just try this. I'll just try not playing the Thornplate Intimidators. I like the fact that I can go turn 3 Flowerfoot Swordmaster, turn 4 Intrepid Rabbit. Just seems extremely powerful. So I'm going to go with something like this. And I do like my 5s more. And yeah, let's try this configuration. Our curve is fairly low. We actually have... Oh. We have like no black cards. We have 2 Thoughtstalker Warlocks and a Nocturnal Hunger. Whoops. Hold on. Maybe we can just play like 16 lands here. How, like, is our curve like ultra low? I also have a Patchwork Banner, which is a mana source. So like maybe I do play this Intimidator. I think I just want another creature. And yeah, let's cut a black source for, we have 4 black cards total. Moonrise Cleric doesn't count. So yeah, this should be fine. All right. We could have been white-red. We could have been white-black. Whatever. All right. Now, before round 1 starts, I did want to say if you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Access to the Patreon will give you access to my Discord channel, along with a host of other benefits if you check out the membership tiers. But I think access to the Discord is going to be really great as we all get hyped up and prepared for Duskmourn draft. We have a place where we talk about all the cards, what we think about the cards, a trophy room. We get to put our trophy picks there. You get to post draft logs, all kinds of great stuff. So if you're interested in upping your limited game and wanting to also support the channel at the same time, the Patreon is the best way to do so. Shout out to all the patrons here also as well. Okay. Black-white. On the play. I cut a land. I'm keeping 2 lands, Patchwork Banner. How will this story end? How will this story end? All right, we drew a 2-drop. Nettle Guard. Ooh, we drew the land. Do I name Mouse? It just lets me get in for damage. Yeah, why not? I know it's like a short-term thing, but... Alright, they have a... Just your typical blue-green deck here. But this is going to ensure that I'm going to be able to get in for 4 damage this turn, and then potentially even more. Then I have a Thoughtstalker Warlock to play next turn. Like if they really just keep, if they're going to just try to set up with like Gossip's Talent and stuff, it's not going to be great. Oh man, Polywallop. All right. All right, that was good for them. Thornplate Intimidator or Moonrise Cleric. I mean, this just hits harder. I know this one has evasion, but can't Polywallop this. And with the Sonar Strike, I'm feeling pretty decent. I also have a Nocturnal Hunger. All right, opponent chose to take 3. What the heck is this card? Attacks each turn. It's indestructible. Whenever creature you control deals damage. Okay. Okay. I see. Where's my saver? It's got indestructible, so I can't attack? Alright, well, at least we can block. And this thing has to attack, right? So. I mean, they can try to play like Gossip's Talent, I guess, but... Okay. Junkblade Bruiser. Ah, okay. Well, that thing hits really hard with the Toski. Maximum pressure. Like, they can draw a card, but okay. Because I can play Life Creed Duo this turn and still block the Toski. Like, I was tempted to be able to Thoughtstalker Warlock, but I just feel like I don't want them to untap with blue mana as a way to protect the Junkblade Bruiser as well. So, we have a pretty good board with the Thoughtstalker Warlock. Interesting. Okay. I wish my Patchwork Banner was on a different creature type. Just throwing that out there. All right, let's play the Thoughtstalker Warlock and see what we find. Stocking the Pantry. What are these cards? I guess Gossip's Talent. It's like the only somewhat scary card. None of these cards do anything. Wow, they actually attack with the Bruiser. That's really surprising. All right, draw your card. Yep. Okay, so... let me think. I mean, they can draw a ton of cards next turn. Maybe I keep this back to block Toski. And then this can... well, no. That's... no. We just... maybe I should have. I'm not entirely sure. The thing is, I'm going to use Sonar Strike on the Rampager anyways. That was definitely a turn where I needed to find like one more nice threat to play. I'm surprised they led with this when they can potentially draw a card, unless they have another play here with the Junkblade Bruiser. There's certainly no world where they're beating us in a race. I could have taken Heaped Harvest, just so they don't gain extra life. All right, so they're chilling now. Okay. So they can go up to 7 life. Block here, so I don't have a lethal attack. So let's just attack with our flyers. And let's play another Life Creed Duo. Yeah, I know we took one over a Caretaker's Talent. I still think it was correct at the time, especially to go with the 2 Thoughtstalker Warlocks that we have. But like I said, the only pick I'm not 100% on is the decision to play to take second Banishing Light over second Star Charter. I think that was probably just wrong. All right, opponent at 4 life, and I have 3 flyers that they're lethal. Darn. I'm surprised they didn't gift me a fish. They have a Stocking the Pantry. Thought maybe that would incentivize them to put a counter on their creature and draw a card. What the heck? Okay. They have 2 cards left. Curious Forager. Okay. Well, they can certainly get something good back. Actually, their graveyard doesn't have, like, the best stuff. What are they getting back? Sunshower Druid, maybe? To not die? Oh, Dowerport Mage. They have a Dowerport Mage as well? What is happening here? Wow. What kind of turn was that? And I drew another land. Very, very sad. Wow, so that turn, they went removal spell. They went removal spell, Curious Forager, Dowerport Mage, Sunshower Druid, and put a counter on Stocking the Pantry. That's outrageous. Into Innkeeper's Talent? What? Why didn't they level it up? Okay. What the hell? All right. I guess. Now they're just going to draw infinite cards. I need to somehow get in for the last few points of damage here with my Life Creed Duo. Head of the Homestead. They have 1 card. So Thornplate Intimidator will get blocked by Curious Forager, and then Sunshower Druid will get blocked by, and Dowerport Mage will block the Thoughtstalker Warlock. All right, well, we have a decent army here, but that was Head of the Homestead was a decent draw. So what they should do is probably bounce Sunshower Druid with Dowerport Mage. Draw a card, gain an extra life. They can even play it, bounce it, replay it, and go to 3. If they so choose. They have 12 cards left in their library. Just want like a removal spell or, I don't know, like just a Banishing Light. How about a Banishing Light? Okay. It's a big Junkblade Bruiser. So if they attack with the cards on the left, they're at 1 life. They're going to go up to 2. Wait, aren't they going to die? I have 2 flyers. Why did they kick the Rampager? They should have just played a 4/4 and then play Sunshower Druid, bounce it, and then replay it. Oh my gosh! But they got... Oh, but they were at 1. Wow. They threw that one away. We should have lost that game probably. Or it was going to be really, really close. They had a lot more sweetness and value-oriented things going on with their deck. But the little flyers chipping in. Okay, on the play. 3 lands, Life Creed Duo, Harvest Right Host. Harvest Right Host with Intrepid Rabbit is fantastic. Look at this. We got our bat synergies, our rabbit synergies going. Just need a couple lands here and we're good. Patchwork Banner would be nice. But right now we'll just go Harvest Right Host. Next turn we got Intrepid Rabbit going. They might kill the host. Okay. If that's the case, then I'm just going to get Star Charter going. Wow, that's Patchwork Banner is also great, but let's just try to get some value here and put more evasive creatures on the battlefield. Nettle Guard is totally fine. Yeah, no, that's good, because then I can go Patchwork Banner into Nettle Guard. Sure. I like the pace of play for my opponent. I am appreciating that much. What can you have for this? It makes me not want to attack. No, but if they had a sonar strike, they would have cast it already. Also, do I name Bat on the banner? I have so many more rabbits though that I can pump. I mean, I knew it was something. I just... You know what I mean? I said I didn't want to attack. But whatever. Like, I'm still getting value off the Star Charter, so... Is it a little annoying? Yes. But... What the hell is happening here? Oh, man! Okay. Well, that just happened. That's a 5/6. Whatever. Let's go wide. Let's go wide. Rabbit. Bring it on! Bring it on, Samo! Nice random cards. Sonar Strike? What you got for me? All right, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then I can Sonar Strike the Castrol. Then we can play Life Creed Duo. Play Nettle Guard. And then kill the Sinister Monolith. Woo! They had some bird flying nonsense going on, but we had the classic Patchwork Banner into rabbits into going wide. All right. Whew. That was also... We've had some dicey games so far. Okay, on the play, 4 lands, Crumb and Get It, Banishing Light, and a Star Charter. I suppose I will keep. Would like to find some early plays. No, not that land. Not that land as well. Come on, deck. Come on. Like, just work with me here. At least a Life Creed Duo, right? With the Star Charter. Patchwork Banner on Bat. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I don't have any life gain stuff, so... Like, I could have waited for Crumb and Get It and just go Banishing Light on Patchwork Banner. So, that was the other consideration. Definitely. I don't think they're going to block because they don't want to get Crumb and Get It. Crumb and Get It. Getting Crumb and Get It would be kind of a disaster. I mean, they're at 21. They're going to gain a bunch of life off the duo too, so... But I just want to have a pretty big board. This does shut off their mana, which is pretty good. But I'm going to just use Banishing Light next turn on the Patchwork Banner. They're going to play a Bell, get a land, crack the Bell. Forest. Wait, why didn't they crack the Bell? Did they have a land? That was really odd. Could they not have done both? I feel like they could have done both. Another land for us is not ideal. Let's play a land. Let's get the banner. And then they have 4 cards in hand. I guess I should have just attacked with the 1/1 as well. Like, I'm very clearly representing Crumb and Get It here, right? I'm trying to save my Banishing Light for whatever, maybe this big green creature they might have. So I think I missed that. I missed that on 1 point of damage. So that's my bad. Yeah, I should have attacked with everything. Like, I don't have much gas left anyways. The problem is they have the double Life Creed duo, so they're just gaining a ton of life here. And so I don't know that what I have is enough to just pressure them. But I'm going to try. No! Oh, I hate you, Thoughtstalker Warlock! Alright, we are super behind now. Like, they just have too much life. We've drawn 8 lands, and yeah, we are out of action here now, so. Like, the only hope is to find a way to gain life for the Star Charter. I mean, I could have had another Star Charter in play, because we drew both Banishing Lights. I'm telling you, this card's busted. Although, who am I telling anyways? It's the last day of the... It's my last draft of the format, so... I'm sure at this point all of you do know. What is this attack? Okay. You know, sometimes you have those games where the deck's just like, yeah. Is this another Salvation Swan? Please be another Salvation Swan. They're splashing for High Stride. What is this? Just a removal spell? Okay. That was it? Okay. Alright, well, 9 lands will not get it done in our 16 land deck. I wonder if they're splashing for Igra. And you know they have all action, because I think they missed a land drop earlier. Star Charter down. Yeah. Their deck actually, land number, you know, getting all the mana flood out of the way now, totally fine. Yeah. 10 lands, holy cow. Okay, 2-1. If we just do a little bit better than that, that's still potentially a trophy. Or something. We are playing against the great Samuel Black. I need to get lucky. That's if you ask me, hey, what is your game plan to defeating Sam Black? It's to get lucky. Draw a 2-drop off the top. See? Not lucky. Can't win. Not lucky, can't win. Life Creed duo. Of course Sam Black's playing blue-white. Of course he is. In which case I can pretty safely run out Harvest Right Host because Crumb and Get It won't really save the Harvest Right Host from any removal spells. Hop to it. All right, that's a good combo, but we also have a nice combo here too. Draw some cards. This thing's gonna be gigantic. They're gonna chump. They're gonna chump. This is kind of overkill, to be honest. What? Of course Sam Black takes all that damage. Of course he does. Of course he has 2 hidden grottos in his deck. What is happening? What is happening? Maybe it's a patchwork banner. That would make sense. Oh, Valley Quest Call. I see. Sure. Okay. Ooh, Sonar Strike. Let's name Rabbit. He's gonna take all of it. Okay, they're at 9. We killed the Valley Quest Caller in response, so we ate the token as well. That was an absolute beating. We have a Crumb and Get It, a Driftgloom Coyote to get something out of the way. So things looking very solid for us. I don't really care too much about this Heirloom Epic. They are gaining a bunch of life, so this Life Creed duo is kind of annoying. Please tap down your team to draw a card. Oh my gosh. Please do it. Like, attack with the duo and draw a card. Do it. Do it. Oh. I thought he was going to do it. I mean... Alright, they're at 5 with 1 creature in play. And we have all of this. So, feeling pretty decent about this. They can bounce my Coyote, I guess. But then I can replay it. They can Banishing Light my Coyote, I guess. Okay, that's fine. And that should do it. It doesn't quite do it, I guess. There's the Banishing Light. Speed down. Got him! Got him! Not bad. There was some kind of brewing going over there, but Sam's always got a brew. Sam's like one of the most unique and brilliant limited minds I know. He just has a way to be... He just always approaches limited with a different mindset, I want to say. My brain just doesn't work like his, but he finds a way to win at a similar rate, or if not better, and that's really impressive. Okay, I have a Valley Quest Caller in my opening hand, so I will keep this. Alright. Turn to... They're blue-green? Okay. Pond Prophet. It's actually kind of interesting. Oh, I don't have a Black Source, huh? I'm just going to play the Quest Caller. There's no great way for them to kill this. Turn 3, at least. I might be interested in just running out the Life Creed duo here. What can they have? Overprotect? Whatever. They can feel good about bluffing 1 damage, but now we know that they're at least representing Overprotect, so that's something that we need to be mindful of when we play against them. There's no other good combat trick there, I don't think. High Stride does, you know, shore up, etc. I bet they have a Longstock Brawl and they're like, how do I do this? They can Overprotect and then Longstock Brawl. Mockingbird. Okay. Sure. So do I go with the Life Creed? I think I go with the Life Creed duo. I want to keep up Crumb and get it. And let's scry that to the bottom. Now, the nice thing about the Flowerfoot Swordmaster, though, is that I do get to double scry. But I don't mind the single oh my gosh, my English. Single scry, rather. Their deck is fantastic, by the way. All right, we did draw a land, so that's quite nice. Let's attack with our flyer. Oh, that thing flies, doesn't it? So it looks like a shore up. This is actually really interesting. Okay, let's do this. So the reason why I did that was it looked like a shore up, but I guess it wasn't. It could have been into the Flood Maw as well. So Poly Wallop. I'm gonna make this indestructible. In case they have another pump spell, because they were representing Overprotect. And I can block this way. All right. Well, those were all very, very good exchanges for us. They have 5 cards in hand. None of their stuff flies now, right? This is interesting because they're keeping up the 2 mana counter. So I think I'm just going to go play Thoughtstalker Warlock just to try to play around that. Over the Star Charter. Dazzling Denial is the card that I'm a little bit concerned about. So get some extra information. I can still just get value from this later. All right. Oh, there's a Clement. Well, I'm just taking that. All right. So they did have Overprotect. Whew. Whew. All right. I mean, it's got to be Clement, right? This card's just ridiculous. Their hand is very good, but I will take the Signpost. I will take the Signpost rare for their deck. Skyskipper duo, Blinking Prophet, sure. Okay. All right, now it's our turn to try to get some value here. Oh, geez. What does this say? Power 3 or less? Okay, I guess I'll keep that on top. No great attacks. Oh, Jesus. Thoughtstalker War... What the heck? Thoughtstalker Warlock or Intrepid Rabbit? Holy cow. I'm legitimately not sure. I'm taking the rabbit. Like, this is 2 scries, a 4/3, and a 2/2. It feels too good not to take. Dowerport Mage? What the heck? They just have it all. Okay. So drew a land. What do I want to name? I think because my game plan is to try to get there with the flyers, I think it's probably name Bat so that the Life Creed duo is a 3/4. So let's name Bat. And then let's play the Rabbit with Offspring, gain some life, do some scrying. Okay. Target a creature I control. Boom. So that survives. Then target Life Creed duo. I'm going to get a trigger here, so I'm just going to scry that to the bottom. I'm getting a trigger off the Star Charter, so I just want to scry everything to the bottom to increase my chances of hitting with the Star Charter. So that's a big attack. They're at 6. And then we get a trigger, and we hit a Moonrise Cleric. Okay. Cash grab into... Wow, their deck's great. Double 3-tree Scribe, Clement. Oh, they have all kinds of nonsense going on here. Sticky Tongue Sentinel is good too. They can bounce Pond Prophet, draw a card. They're at 6. I hope they just deck themselves. The thing is, we're the ones who... I mean, we're also getting card advantage with this Valley Quest Caller too. So, it's somewhat close. They found a removal spell. Oh, that's devastating. That was our source of card advantage. So that's really unfortunate. Alright, so now we just need to find something good. Harvest Right Host. Am I interested in that? I mean, it's just another decent creature, I guess. Do I want to trade Life Creed Duo here? For a Sky Skipper Duo? I don't think so. I'll just attack with Intrepid Rabbit. I'm happy trading this with whatever. Man, that Polywallop was really good. They're at 6. I'm holding off on the Swordmaster here because I want to draw this first. Like, this is one of those weird, like, value type games. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure about that. I just don't want to waste my scries from the Valley Quest Caller. Oh, geez. Mind Whisker. All right, well, now I need to find some removal. Because I just don't have a great attack here anyways, and they have Overprotect available. So here I will play Flowerfoot Swordmaster, and the reason being is I'm looking for rabbits here. So I get 2 scries here to find a rabbit, and then the next turn I can go Harvest Right Host into rabbit, right? Don't want the swamp. Banishing Light, I do want. Then we can hold off on Harvest Right Host as well. The thing is, they're going to need to find a way to finish the game as well, just because they've gone through so much of their deck. And for me, it's like, I don't even know what I want to kill. They're going to have so much mana available. It's like, this Banishing Light's just not going to be very good. What I can do, at the very least, is force them to... At the very least, I can force them to use the Overprotect on Dowerport Mage. But what I really want to do is get that Mind Whisker off the battlefield. Now, do I attack with Moonrise Cleric is the question. And I'm basically just waiting on the Harvest Right Host until I draw another rabbit. I know I don't have a ton, but like I said, I'm trying to just extract maximum value off of everything. Are they letting this happen? That just makes my life a lot easier, so okay. Do I want to trade Moonrise Cleric for Overprotect / Skyskipper Duo? Okay. I have 21 cards. They have 9 cards left in their library. Now I can attack with... Well, I can't really. Oh, a second Mind Whisker? Sure. Sure. What is this on? Bet? Okay. This is quite the battle. I have to fight through somehow double Mind Whisker. We got the Dowerport Mage, I guess. This Froggy is attacking me? This is a bold maneuver. Okay, so they're trying to, I mean, I get it. They're trying to close out the game here as well. And they do have the Overprotect, and then they have the double Mind Whisker. This is like where I really wish I had a Warren Elder or a Rabbit response. I would love to draw Rabbit this turn. Rabbit this turn would be very, very good for us. What about Swamp? I've scryed 2 lands to the bottom. I don't have a great attack. If I pump this +2+, it pumps all my other mice. They're at 6 life. All right. Let's just play it. I'm gonna target because if I pump this, it can't even attack. So let's just, excuse me, pump Life Creed Duo. Let's get a Scry. Nettle Guard is the draw. Does that do anything? It's just like a 1/1. Oh, it's a... No, it's a 2/2. That lets me Scry. Nah, I don't want that. All right. Infinite Surveils for them. Double Mind Whisker is just a lot to fight through, I will say. Oh, man. I have a good amount of removal in my deck, so that's kind of what I'm looking for, right? I have 3 Sonar Strikes. A lot of these cards that's left are removal spells. What is this Long River Lurker attack? All right, this forces them to use the Overprotect, so I'm going to just do that there. Put this here, I guess. Let's chump this, I guess. Just want to keep my life total reasonable. Yep. The way I look at it is like they were going to use that Overprotect. I mean, that Overprotect was really slowing me down anyways. So. Head of the home. No! The one turn! The one turn. It's okay, we get lots of scries. So we get to find the removal spells that we need. Thornplate Intimidator is interesting. Does this... No, it doesn't pump... Wait, it pumps rats. Yeah, no, that seems good enough, I'm gonna say. I'm at 12 life, they're at 7. I have exactly 1 creature that can attack. But it's pretty good at blocking. They have 4 cards left. I'm gonna keep this back. I'd rather have this block. Oh, they have 2 cards left in their library, so they have 2 cards to try to beat me. 2 more turns. I have 2 creatures with power. Epic little game here. They can't attack me with the Mind Whiskers. Nightwhirl Hermit is a free attack. Sticky Tongue Sentinel can't really attack because I have the Life Creed Duo. So yeah. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Their deck was classic case of spinning your wheels and then dying before you have a chance to close it out. That was a crazy game. We just decked our opponent. All right, on the play, 2 Swamps, Thoughtstalker, Warlock, Nocturnal Hunger, and a bunch of white removal spells. I have 10 planes in my deck, so... And then if I just draw, even if I draw a swamp... Okay, we drew planes right away, which is great, but... I was going to say, if I just drew a 3rd land, I can still go Warlock plus Hunger, which isn't bad. Our opponent on white-black as well, with a Worn Elder. Gonna hold off on this Warlock for now. Just start firing off some of these Sonar Strikes. I guess they could have Crumb and get it, but then they don't play a. Then they'll be less likely to play a play this turn. So yeah, this is not a big deal. Sure, I take 4. Yep. Now that I'm at 16. All right. I don't know. We do have infinite removal. Maybe hold on to the Sonar Strike until I can gain life off of it. Hope to draw a bat. Valley Quest Caller. Not super ideal here. I'm gonna just use a removal spell on something. Probably the Flyer. I think it's just gonna be a Banishing Light on the Flyer. It just uses my mana the best. And I'm gonna attack with the Warlock because I can't block the Elder. Maybe I should have actually not played the Warlock. But I'm kind of hoping that I can find land number 4 next turn, like a Plains, so that I could go Valley Quest Caller into Sonar Strike. Or just never draw land. That's the other option. I'm going to just pass, actually. I might use Nocturnal Hunger, but I'm going to block the Worn Elder here and see what they do. With open mana, it makes it a lot harder for them to attack me with the Worn Elder. So I think they're going to choose not to attack with Worn Elder. All right. Got that one. And, jeez. Our deck is not being very cooperative here with the mana. Which, it's still fine. Like, we're in a fine spot here. I just feel like they probably have a removal spell. But I don't know what else they could play. I'm just going to play a Rabbit. Not ideal, but it can still block the Worn Elder, which is nice. And then if they have a removal spell, then they use it on the Rabbit and not my Quest Caller. They looked at their graveyard. Maybe they have a Hazel's Nocturne. If they have a Hazel's Nocturne, maybe they want to attack with the Worn Elder. I don't know. I feel like they gotta have it. They're white-black. They have to have at least one removal spell. Okay, it's a Consumed by Greed, sure. Okay. I got a card out of the deal. Moonstone Harbinger hit me for 2, sure. Okay, so there's our land. They're at 15. All right. So if they go land number 8, that's like a little bit annoying. Then I'll double block. I think, I don't know. It's not great for them regardless. Now if I draw another land, I can go Valley Quest Caller into something. All right, so they're choosing to play defensively, which does make sense here. I will use Banishing Light on the Worn Elder, actually. And then see what they do with the mana. They might double pump, I guess. I just don't attack this turn, that's fine. I can attack with Thoughtstalker Warlock. Okay, so pretty decent spot. I'm at 9th, they're at 10. I have just all the removal on the entire planet Earth. Repel Calamity on Intrepid Rabbit. Sure. I'm just going to go play Head of the Homestead here. I'm going to attack with the Warlock, as it has Menace. Sonar Strike? Savor. Okay. Then if I draw land number 7, I can Intimidator or I can Hunger. Of course, I'm not going to scry a land to the top. Harvest Right Host is interesting. Yeah, that's fine. Keeping a 3-drop on top allows me to go Hunger plus Harvest Right Host, so can't complain too much about that. All right, Eric, what you got? What you got, Eric? Okay. Let's just go for it here now. This is just lethal if this resolves. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is a legal play. I'll play this as well. Sure. Let's put that on the bottom. Okay. Boom. They drew a few more lands and spells, and we managed to get them there. And now we are sitting at 5-1, I believe. So we are well on our way to closing out the season with the best 2-mana creature in the format, and hopefully a trophy to close out Bloomburrow. All right, on the play here, hand looking great. 2 lands, Patchwork Banner, Valley Quest Caller, and some creatures. So as long as we can find land number 3, this hand will be bananas. Just land number 3 right away. Make this nice and fun and smooth and easy for me. Just right away. Just right away. No, this is, see? I didn't draw my land right away. Come on. Come on. Off the top. I close my eyes. I'm going to open. I'm covering my screen. Here it is. Wait, I got to move over again. It's a land. It's a land! It's a land! Okay. We got there. What you got? Intrepid Rabbit and Thistledown players. I guess it's the Rabbit. Well, yeah, it's the Rabbit. Thistledown players is... Well, yeah. Because, like, they can even play this post-combat and it's still not bad. Although this Thoughtstalker Warlock's looking quite bad. Drew a land. So, that's pretty good. I guess I just play... Because my Warlock's not going to be as good, let's just play a 4-2 flyer. Get a Scry. Don't need a land anymore. And I will attack with my Menace creature. Given that they had nothing, I can just block the Brazen Collector with Valley Questcaller. Obviously, it's bad if they drew a combat trick, but if they have a burn spell, they would have killed it anyways. Seedglaive Mentor. Why didn't they target their mentor? Interesting. Huh. It's a lot of damage. Okay, I'll take it, but... Nettleguard's interesting. Also, figuring out what to name with the Patchwork Banner is also interesting. I don't think it's Bat. It's probably just Rabbit. I just have so many good Rabbit things. And turns this into a 3/4, which is pretty good. Don't want that. What happens when you cast this with... Let's see. If they reveal the card and they discard that card. Otherwise, they discard a card. If they lost life... But what happens if they lost life and they have all lands in their hand? That's the question. Now, if they kill my Valley Questcaller, yes, it is kind of problematic. It's like I almost want to just play Thoughtstalk or Warlock just to make them discard one card. If I draw a land, then I can play both my cards. Although I guess I don't really care if I miss on the Warlock if their hand is all lands, right? So it's probably still better to hit them with the Star Charter and then play the Warlock. Alternatively, I could have named Lizard on my banner, but... No fear. That's right. That's right. That's right. Called your bluff. Mythic 61. See, the better the player, the more capable they are of making those bluff attacks. So you know what you do to compensate for that? You call the bluff. You call the bluff. It's like, why wouldn't you attack with the Seedglaive Mentor there if you had to crumb and get it, right? That's kind of the thing. So if you're going to do it, you got to go full on. You got to just attack with the other one too. So, all right, 6-1. One win away. One win away to close out Bloomburrow with a nice, delicious trophy. Here we go. On the draw here, 2 plain Sonar Strike, Intrepid Rabbit, and I think the 3 out of the 4 black cards in my entire deck. Sonar Strike, we can play turn 2 and then we can play a Rabbit. I have 6 black sources in my deck. It's not great. All right, this hand, I just don't know that the upside is there because I have less black sources. So if I just draw like a plain, Sonar Strike into Rabbit seems pretty weak. So I'm going to mulligan that. And you know I don't like to mulligan. Am I on the player draw? How can you tell? Let's bottom one of the swamps. Just feel like on the draw with the 2 lands, it's probably fine. I just feel like Bonecash Overseer is a very problematic creature, so I just want to get that off the battlefield. All right, of course we don't draw land number 3 and we draw all 3 drops, but we still have a couple of plays here. This is frustrating. Yeah, absolutely. But I feel like the correct thing to do in that instance on the draw is to just bottom the 3rd land. Like my hand, the curve was really low and I had 2 2-mana plays. I have now played both my 2-mana plays. I just haven't drawn a land in 3 draw steps. So. All right, let's Warlock them, see what they're working with. Get that Hunter's Talent out of there. I guess I could have spent a little more time looking at the rest of the cards, but like, why? It's Hunter's Talent. Do you not know how good this card is at this point in the format? Valley Might Caller not looking particularly impressive here. What the heck? That was your top deck? What on earth? And they have a Scales of Shale? That's sickening. Oh my gosh. And they have the early winter to get the Banishing Light back, to kill the Banishing Light. Wow. Wow. That legitimately tilts me. I mean, not to mention the rest of this hand, but I mean, trading my Valley Might Caller, my 2/2 for a Valley Might Caller seems reasonably worth. All right, they hit Bandit's Talent. Okay, at least they're hitting like unplayable cards. That's good. But they have 6 in the air. Like, we're just not going to beat these flyers. Well, they're at 10 life, though. They didn't use Scales of Shale. What are they going to do? Bandit's Talent me? Okay, it's got to be early winter, right? Like, they're setting up for an early winter. I can't play the rabbit here. Oh my gosh. Because I just died to the flyers plus Scales of Shale. Yep. All right, so now we can Banishing Light the Glide Dive duo, so we don't die. Well, here's the thing: do I get do I Banishing Light the Glide Dive duo, or do I Banishing Light the Darkstar Augur? Like, what's my path to victory? I think I want to minimize the damage I take, and just like hope that Darkstar Augur kills them. All right, they take 3 and they take 3. They're at 4. They're gonna have to use Scales of Shale this turn. That's gonna put them up to 8. Ah. All right, we're at 3. Oh, Sonar Strike. Oh, so close. So dang close. There's just no way they die, right? Oh my gosh, I'm 1 mana off. I'm 1 mana off. Oh, that Darkstar Augur, oh my gosh. If I drew a land, it doesn't matter. It's a land and a Vinereap Mentor. Oh well. Oh well, you know what? We gotta make it more exciting, I guess, right? We have to make it more exciting. I thought I was looking really good there. But Darkstar Augur off the top. And they have a brain and they recognize that I'm dead on board. So like I said, I still believe that I should have bottomed the land. And I don't know what the game would have looked like if I hit my 3rd land drop. We probably would have won that game, or it would have been much, much closer. Okay, playing for the trophy. Playing for the trophy here. We are on the draw. Our hand is medium. We have a Harvestrite Host and a Flowerfoot Swordmaster and some 5s. Yeah, whatever. I'm just keeping. Arena, if you're gonna do this, if I'm gonna lose like this, so be it. You know what I mean? So be it. All right, on the draw too. Okay, drew a black card. We're gonna go turn 3 Swordmaster into turn 4 Harvestrite Host, I guess. Okay. All right. Well, they had the same black draw here. Valley Quest Caller. That does make things interesting. This actually changes what I'm going to do. I'm going to play Valley Quest Caller into Swordmaster just because I want to scry. And it puts a lot of power on the battlefield. I'm going to bottom the Intrepid Rabbit to try to find a black source or anything that's, I mean, an extra land, right? It's going to be pretty hard to kill this with a bite spell or something. Another hop to it? Oh my gosh. Well, we're just losing to a week 1 Rabbit deck here in the my final match of this format. Them's the beats. Let's play Harvest Right Host. Let's target the mouse. I do want that land on top. Let's attack. I mean, if they have a rabbit response, what do you want me to do? Right? 4, 12, 13, that's 15 damage. If they don't, I can go ahead of the Homestead, and that's going to add a lot of power and toughness to the battlefield, draw me a card. That's going to be all kinds of great. Tree Guard Duo, oh my stars. Ugh. Look at that. Look at that chunker. Well, let's hope they don't have another one, because I don't think I can afford to just, like, Driftgloom Coyote a Life Creed Elder. I suppose I could. No, I'm just going to play that. I'm at 9. Do I want the swamp? It's kind of awkward, right? No, let's not take the swamp. The thing is, I can still play the coyote next turn. Do I want the swamp now? That I have the Sonar Strike? Yeah, okay. We'll take that one. I'll hit them for 6. Alright, let's hope I don't die. Valley Quest Caller? Of their own? With double hop to it? This is not reasonable. You know what this is just not reasonable. I'm just gonna play like they don't have a combat trick, right? Like, that's the only way. Well, you know what, Limdewell? I'm glad that you at least got to live your finest dreams here in our last Bloomburrow draft. For my hands, like, this is, you know, it looks like they don't have anything if that's all they're doing. Warren Eld. Oh my gosh. This is disgusting. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's just got to be the coyote here. Nope. No attacks available. I don't even have a bat in play. That's unfortunate. But at the very least, we got one of the... Like, the thing is, the Warren Elder is still extremely good in this spot. But I do have this coyote. Based on what happened in that previous turn, it feels like they probably don't have a combat trick unless they drew one for the turn. But the thing is, they're kind of stuck on 4 lands too, so they just have all action in hand. Okay, they drew a land. So 2 more cards. Maybe it's a 5-drop. What a game. Another Warren Elder. That's not too bad. That is not too bad at all. I mean, it's annoying. Definitely annoying. They have 1 card. Let's get it, I guess. Whatever it may be. What? It was an overprotect? Wow. Okay. Okay. Flyer down. Flyer down. Overprotect down. We have the Valley Quest color advantage. We're drawing cards. Okay. Next turn, this can hit for a good amount. This can hit for a good amount. I can pump this to a 6-4 with Menace. Let's see what they play. I'm at 6. They're at 20. Gosh. So much to fight through. If they pass again, I mean, it could be like a rabbit response, right? Oh no, it's a Driftgloom Coyote. Oh my gosh. They're gonna Coyote my Coyote. Or will they get my Valley Quest caller? Nope. Okay. That was huge. I'm not technically dead. I am not technically dead. But now with Valley Quest caller plus Worn Elder, it's going to be super, super tough. I will play the Intrepid Rabbit here. Don't want to land. Crumb and Get It is interesting. I don't think I want it though. Let's attack here. I think. We gotta find we have to find ways for us to also get in for damage. So the thing is, if they make like a really, really bad attack, I can get them. Particularly with this Sonar Strike. Like if they decide to just go nuts and attack me with the Valley Quest Caller, that's really bad. Okay, so I'm going to fight under the assumption that the Valley Quest Caller is going to die, okay? And we will make the appropriate blocks. So just know that everything, the sizing that we see of all the creatures right now is what their sizing is going to be after combat, okay? So let's move to blocks. So let's block here, let's block here, and then 4/4 blocks here. 4/3 blocks here. 4/3 blocks here. And then chump here. Trade. Trade. And we're going to take 4 damage. Sounds about right. Should be good. Oh no, this one doesn't get it done. Oh my gosh. I thought everything was an Anthem effect. Oh, that was not good. I don't know if there was a better block though, so. All right, well, let's play this. There might have been a better block then. Based on what they choose to do with the Intimidator here, we can then attack, right? They can't take 6. They can't take 6. Oh man, I thought my blocks were really good. I forgot that, yeah, I really needed to try to find a block to kill the Driftgloom Coyote. I don't know that I had one though. Okay. All right, I'm at 2 life, so I'm gonna have it so that even if they have a removal spell, I can still double block both their creatures and get in for as much damage as I can, and attack with the one that I don't want to block with, which is the Valley Quest Caller. Whew, what a game! What a game! goodness. I'm going to play around Overprotect. Although they would have attacked me with both, I guess. All right. Carrot Cake. Oh my. That's a good one. That is a good one. Oh, and Druid of the Spade. Okay. Wow. Oh, man. I don't think I have a good attack this turn. They're at 6, I'm at 2. I think I'm just going to play this Warlock just to have another body in play. Good on them for playing the Druid of the Spade. All right. 5, 6, 7, 8. We've spread a couple lands to the bottom. What a tight game here. Carrot Cake was excellent. I need to find a way to kill this Coyote. Land was god-awful. So now we wait, but we have a Valley Quest Caller in play. That big attack that they made was really, really good for us, which is buying us all this time. But, you know, it's because they have such a big life advantage, it's really hard for us to make good attacks. Star Charter. Okay, great. That's a flyer. Scry. Life Creed Duo. I gotta keep that too. We're just gonna play a defensive game here. Try to win with the Star Charter. Lupin Flower Village is huge. They could find something. They hit Nettle Guard, which doesn't do that much, but it's a thing. I don't believe they have good attacks. This Druid of the Spade is the only one that's terrifying because it has Trample. The fact that they're considering attacking is like really scary too, right? All right, but I'm going to attack with my flyer. I will play Life Creed Duo. I will get a Scry. And I will keep Nocturnal Hunger on top. Okay. Here it is. This is the turn. I'm putting so many creatures in front of Druid of the Spade. I'm putting so many creatures in front of it. Nothing from them? Okay. I think I'm just going to do the simple thing here and just attack with my 2 flyers. Yes! Yes! What a game. Holy cow. Valley Quest Callers on both sides. Warren Elders, my opponent had double Warren Elder with double hop to it. Went super wide, had just this gigantic board. But our interaction was able to get it done because of that one really key turn where they went for the Alpha Strike. I don't blame them for going for the Alpha Strike, but them going for that Alpha Strike and us having the timely Sonar Strike to get the Valley Quest Caller off the battlefield was absolutely huge, putting us down to exactly 2 life, which then gave us the buffer to come back in that game. What a way to finish it off. That was an epic, epic game against a very, very good Rabbit stack, but triple Sonar Strike, double Banishing Light, Nocturnal Hunger, good interaction, decent tricks. The Patchwork Banner definitely not at its best here, but hey, still a Manalith that pumps some of your creatures is totally fine. Valley Quest Caller proving its worth. There's a reason why this is the best 2-mana creature in the entire format. This card is absolutely bananas. And yeah, I mean, this was almost another mono white deck, just splashing for the Warlock here and the Nocturnal Hunger. So we could have gone any direction and just kind of keep it mono white. But wow. I mean, I'm just happy that I was able to end the Bloomburrow draft format with a trophy. It feels great. with the color combination that we've actually been kind of struggling with. Granted, we're kind of mostly mono white splashing the black thing, but white, extremely, extremely strong color. And we just were able to get a ton of value with just the Harvest Right hosts, and then, of course, the Scry from the Valley Quest Caller, and beat a very, very tough green-white deck to get the trophy. So, what's next? Well, after this video comes out, this is going to be coming out on the 18th. And guess what the 18th is? That is the early access event. So while you're watching this video, or maybe watching other people stream, I will be recording as many videos of Duskmourn draft as possible so that you will all be as prepared as possible for your pre-release this weekend. One question I had though is, do you want to see just draft content, or do you want to see some sealed deck content? Because of course there's the pre-release, and the pre-release tends to be sealed deck. But I'm not sure. I still need to make up my mind as to what I want to do, but my plan is to go really hard, do like 5 or 6 drafts on the day of the release. The early access rather, so that I can have a draft video for all of you all the way up until the actual Duskmourn release, which will be on the 24th of September. But Bloomburrow, goodbye. I actually enjoyed you more than I think most. I think a lot of people really despise this format. I thought this format was fine. I would give it a 5 out of 10, right? It was just average. I think some people might say it's a 3 or a 2 or whatever, just because of how fast it was. But, I thought there were some cool cards. There were some cool interactions. It was pretty replayable. Like I did a lot of different things. Sometimes people did have too quick of a start and you felt like you couldn't do much. But outside of that, some of the long games were pretty interesting. So all in all, I think Bloomburrow was pretty average, somewhere between a 5 and a 6 out of 10. But now we're going to move to Duskmourn. And hopefully Duskmourn will do a little bit better than that. One thing though is that I won't be having a set review this time around. One thing that I did just notice with draft content, it's unique and replayable. With set review content, not so much. And there's a lot of fantastic, fantastic content creators out there that are also doing their own set reviews. And I know that people just don't have the time to sit there and watch 4 different 4-hour set reviews. Jim Davis has one, Limited Resources has one, Court of Calls has one, or Limited Level Ups rather. The Lords of Limited, I'm sure, are going to be doing one. There's just so many people doing it that it's really tough. So it takes a lot of time to make this content. And I just felt like because it's not unique in the sense that a lot of other people are doing it, it's definitely just the amount of time that goes into making those. It's hard to justify because there's a bunch of people who watch my stuff will watch Limited Resources, right? And they've been doing this game for a while, so I highly recommend you all check them out because, well, they're the goats. Anyways, Duskmourn draft will be coming out tomorrow. Bloomburrow, goodbye. And I will see all of you in tomorrow's draft video. But I did forget. If you've enjoyed all of this content, make sure you check out my Patreon. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. If you wanted to support the channel, that's the best way to do so. Additionally, check out tcgplayer.com for all your TCG singles and sealed product needs. If you want to make any purchases, make sure you click that affiliate link in the description below. And if you want premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories, check out heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you with some spooky Duskmourn drafts tomorrow.